So what was it like growing up here in Arkansas?
My dad's one of my all-time heroes. His picture's right up here. But, I think it was just like so many other, people that grew up in hunting families. There was never really a choice. It's just like we just hunted. That's just what we did. And his life was unique in that he was a banker. So, you might look at me and think, oh, I bet Clay's dad was a rancher, he was a banker. But that uniquely funneled his energy towards the outdoors to when he got home and when I was with him. So he wore a suit and tie to work every day. And we grew up in a small town in rural Arkansas. And so, and my family's been in Arkansas for 7 generations. My kids are 8th generation Arkansans. And so, but when Dad came home, he wouldn't tell me stories about insurance agents and dentists. He told me stories about hunters and about, I vividly remember as a kid, I don't know why it sticks out, but he told me a story about this family that would come in, sit down with him to formally borrow $400 so they could go catfishing for 2 weeks. And it's like a loan, like buying a house. These people would come in every year. Those are the stories he told me about. He'd come home and he'd say, Clay, get in the truck. We're going to drive out to Posey Hollow and we're going to talk to this guy. He killed a big deer. And we drive out to some mobile home in the back of nowhere, a guy with 25 walker dogs tied up to dog boxes and can't hear because all the dogs barking. Guy pulls out a big old buck out of a freezer. And, my dad talked about and treated those people like they were royalty. Like those are the people that he was interested in. And so I always say that my dad was kind of an anthropologist in a way to me, because these were our people, but in a way, he just talked about them like they were, like these real mountain people, which I consider myself one of them. But he glamorized them, and he loved them, and that's been my fascination with hunting, with rural America, with people has been kind of started from him,